Cause how did he get up there? What are you doing up there? What's going on?
You're listening to the big bad producer, the top 1%. Him bringing the livest mixtape, shootouts and slow dances. Big tune pon your head top. Yo, that tune there, fire!
Hola, it's Demitasse. I guess I don't need to say that for every single scene that I enter in on this video. I am presently plucking my face. So as you can see, I grow facial hair in this area. I did laser for about 2 years. This just wouldn't go away. Like this area and under here just would not go away. So I'm forced to do this because I need to get back. I'm either gonna revisit laser or I'm going to electrolysis. But in the meantime, because I need to save up money to do that, and I have other things that I'm just focusing on right now. So in the meantime, this is what I do. I spend a lot of time shaving, and then I do this once in a while, but I usually do this for vacation. So because when I'm at home, I'm usually home, right? So I'll shave on the days where I go out because I don't like to shave my skin every day because it breaks out a lot. So when I go on vacation and I'm going to be doing a lot more stuff daily, I like to do this before I go on the vacation because it allows me to not have to worry so much. Like I can shave every couple of days just to catch any little straggle hairs that are growing in or any little peach fuzz. But overall, this allows plucking allows me to kind of just exist easier. And if you're a dual, then you know that existing is fucking hard. But that's what I'm doing right now, and so I figured I'd show you a little bit of that process. You see hair versus hair. Right now it's red, but when it calms down, it gets rid of the 5 o'clock shadow. Because even when you shave, babe, that 5 o'clock shadow is there. Yeah. Watch me block my face, I guess.
Mike?
Yeah. My grandma says that I've improved because I have a microphone. Today is the 19th. Tomorrow's Easter. Saturday. And I don't know. I just woke up this morning and like I have the blues. This is the first time I'm seeing my face for the day on camera. And I have, that's from plucking. It should go away once I wash my face and like give it like a scrub, but I don't know, I'm just very bleh. The first like 3 days I was here, I didn't take my meds, my mental, and that kind of impacted, I don't know if that impacted my mood. I also just genuinely, I don't know, I hope that music isn't drowning me out. I just genuinely, I think I said it earlier in this video, I just wasn't in the mindset to be taking a trip right now. Also just coming to Trinidad is always, it's always strange because we're very trapped and isolated, without anyone to drive us around or anything like that. I should really learn how to drive down here, but even learning how to drive down here is like, that only solves part of the problem because it's also like, where do you go? Like, I come to Trinidad enough to like know my way around a little bit, but like, that's also to places out of necessity, like certain grocery stores and like places to like get supplies and stuff like that. But I don't know where to go to like have fun. And when we're here for carnival, you know, we're like we have things to do, we have parties to go to and we have events to go to and people are coming over to visit. But when you're here during the off season, you're just kind of in the house doing nothing every single day. And unlike being home, like where you're used to, I can't just hop in the car and go and like do my thing, run my errands, see my friends, find something to keep myself occupied. You're just stuck in the house. And then I also don't have my usual things like my sewing machine or like my other like creative projects and stuff that I'm doing. So like you kind of just, you don't have anything to do. I brought wigs and stuff like that to bleach them and like get them ready because I have a wedding to go to when I go back. But even doing that, just I can't get the energy to do it. And it just feels like doing that is just staying inside of the house. And even worse, it's staying in the back of the house, like in the bathroom. So you're not even like out in the front of the house where there's like light coming in and stuff like that. And so like I'm keeping drawn between like, do I bleach the wigs or do I bleach the wigs or do I go out? Let me make sure that this shit is on. Do I bleach the wigs or do I bleach the wigs or do I like take a walk around the house? Because I can't even take a walk like down the block or around the savannah. Okay, hopefully this is better. I don't know what the audio is gonna sound like in that other video, but oh Jesus, now my grandma's talking on the phone.
Yeah, good. Moving. Stop ringing.
So that he didn't answer the phone. But I don't know. I don't know what the audio is gonna sound like in the other part of this, in like that little first clip there. But if it was messed up, that kind of matches the whole vibe of my day. My point is like I can't even like go out for a little walk and walk around the savannah, so I have to just walk around the house, you know? And that can be like really annoying.
You don't want to answer your phone, okay?
And that can be like really annoying. It's just, I don't know. This always happens when we come here. After a few days, I get very like, I get the blues, you know? And it's kind of just upsetting to feel this way when you're in such a beautiful place. And when you're technically like on what you would call a vacation. Although I think part of the blues feeling is that, you know, when we come here, yes, it's a vacation, but also we're like in our house and like we're basically just doing the same things that we do when we're back home in like the States. So, you know, like it's a vacation, but it doesn't feel like a vacation, if that makes sense. Like I've not left this house since we got here on Monday, and today is Saturday, right? So like I have not, no, that's a lie. I've gone to the mall and I've gone like to the grocery store and stuff like that. But you know, like we haven't left the house to like really do anything. And there isn't really anything to do. Also with it being like being like Easter weekend and stuff, they do Easter really big in Trinidad, I guess. So like everyone's off doing their Easter events and stuff like that. So, you know, people don't have time to come and visit, and I completely understand that. But it's just like, you just feel so bored. You just feel so, like, you just feel so out of your element because you can't leave the house and you can't do anything. And so I'm sitting here talking to a camera, which I guess one would say that's the job that I want, yes. I think I'm gonna take the walk around the house while it's bright outside, and then I will, there's also a nice breeze, because it's pretty hot here, and then I will probably take a shower, and I guess tonight I'll like bleach the wigs because I don't really have anything else to do. Tomorrow's Easter, and I'm not really sure if we're gonna be doing anything for Easter, simply because the only thing that, like, people are gonna go to church and then they're gonna eat, so we're probably not going to church. There's a chance that might happen. I'm not really a church person, and also we are in the Caribbean, and the last time I went to church in the Caribbean was when I was probably like 16 years old. And lo and behold, the pastor went on an entire rant about the back door and how that's meant for exiting and not entering, you know? So I don't know how they'd really feel about having a trans person in church, or just a queer person in general. I'm like a very open person about my transness and stuff like that. I did all of my time. I spent my time in Azkaban, 14 years. Or whatever that quote is. But like, I spent my time, you know, not being who I am and like hiding it and being shy and all of that. And I'm just not interested in doing it anymore. So I don't have boys' clothes for this trip. I haven't had boys' clothes. I don't know. I haven't had proper boys' clothes since I was like probably 25 years old. Like that's like 8 years ago, babe. It's not who I am. And even then I was trying to find the most feminine boys' clothes I could possibly have to wear for like specific events like weddings and stuff like that. All I have in my suitcase are dresses and poom shorts. What do you want from me? But anyways, I don't know how that's gonna go. If we have to go to church, I have something I can wear. Or if we go to do anything, I have stuff I can wear, but I'm also gonna be going as me, you know? Like, I'm not downplaying myself for anybody, and I couldn't even if I want to, and I do that on purpose. Like, I pack my suitcase. I used to have to pack my suitcase with, you know, like, optional outfits and stuff like that, just in case, you know, just in case we had to do something or go somewhere, and my mom would be like, oh, you have to tone it down, you know, or whatever. No, if I have to tone it down, then I'm not gonna go. That's not what it is. And you know, I'm not here to rustle feathers or anything. If you're not comfortable with me being where I need to be, then I mean being around you or like where you're going, that's perfectly fine. But I'm not gonna play myself. You know, I'm not gonna downgrade myself and put myself in a shitty situation just so that you feel more comfortable. I'm sick of making myself uncomfortable for everybody else. It's not what I'm about anymore. So even if they go somewhere tomorrow, there's a chance that I'll be staying in the house. And if we do go somewhere tomorrow and I do go, there's a really good chance that it's gonna be a little awkward, and that's fine. This wouldn't be the first time that I've been in Trinidad and walking around. The last time we came here for Carnival, I fully, you know, I went out to every single party in skirts and dresses and all of that. And I actually had a great time, you know. I was like quite surprised. I was like, wow, the Caribbean actually treats me better than America does. I'm actually quite happy here. I was well received. I even caught the eyes of a few people. And, you know, I don't know. It is what it is. I think I'm just talking to the camera because I'm bored and I'm ranting. I don't know, but that's my check-in for now. If I do decide to bleach the wigs, then obviously I'll be trying to like film that. But in terms of stuff to do, there isn't really anything to do. The more I look into this camera and actually look at my face, the more I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go and really scrub my face down and like, you know, get it done. Like, because this is not working for me. Oh my god. Sometimes I feel really ungrateful for the position that I'm in right now, because it's like I don't have to get up and go to a physical place for work, you know? Is this a white hair or a blonde hair? Whatever it is, it's there. And, you know, but I don't know. My life circumstances aren't the most favorable at the moment. They're not horrible by any means. I'd actually say I'm in a better place than most, and I'm very grateful for that. But it's just not living up to my expectations that I have for myself. But I'll make a separate video about that probably. Let me stop ranting, because most of this is gonna get edited out anyways. If I try to put all the video together, I'm very long-winded, and I'm very long-winded with a lot of ums and yas and buts. If I try to put all the video footage together without editing like most of it out, this is gonna be like an hour-long video of me just saying So that wasn't so I don't know, I'm gonna go, but that's that.
looks like this, yeah. Yeah. Because of the kite flying. I'm going to get some pictures by that big tree. These were standing in front of them taking pictures. Like this drop off.
Well, now?
No, before when I saw it. That's it. Look them here.
The flowers dropped off already.
Dropped off already. Still have another block to go to see. Oh, yeah, look, a kite flying right by.
Stuck in the tree.
No. In the tree. I can't believe these flowers dropped off already. Look at this tree. It's big.
Well, by the time we drive through here, we already saw everything we need to see.
I can't drive through the children in them.
Well,
It's tough.
yeah.
Everybody doing it. Yeah.
That's what we like to see. I was talking about everything.
You don't see
Yeah,
people.
now you see it.
And the kites looking so nice. Up in the air. They have one that they call what they call it, a mad ball. It's a huge kite. I see nobody have that also.
Okay, y'all. I think I have audio. The wind is. And now this is editing, Nikki, because obviously when I thought my audio was fixed, it wasn't. I don't know what was going on with my microphone, but this is basically just me showing you the savannah. It's in the middle of town. I think I talk about this in the next clip, but I'm just showing you like all of the people flying kites and the families with their kids. It was like so cute and just serene. And they also had like food vendors and they had some music playing. It was really cute. Um, Also, the sky, like over here, I don't think I turned the camera enough, but the sun was coming through the clouds in this way that was like heavenly. And I'm not a super religious person, but like it was really beautiful. But that was pretty much that. I can't remember what I was talking about here. I was probably just talking about like yeah, I was probably just talking about what I was seeing and nothing special, but that's that, and back to me. We might be doing a voiceover, but yeah, we just took a little trip outside of the house. We were trying to find somewhere to park where my grandma could sit down, but that's not happening. So they're sitting in the car while I kite watch. And as you can see, the savannah is it's kind of like a valley in the middle of all the hills and mountains. And if you look around, you can see all the surrounding mountains. If I'm not mistaken, Trinidad is completely surrounded by mountains on the perimeter. That's why you don't really get hurricanes and stuff here because they can't get into the mainland from the sea. So the savannah, it's not like in the middle because we're on a coast here in Port of Spain, but I feel like the savannah's always referenced as kind of like the middle of town. So I guess it's the middle of Port of Spain? This little girl, she's so cute. She's got a little kite. It's so nice to like see the kids. But yeah, we are out here.
I don't know about you, but I'm freezing.
What?
Okay.
I feel great. I feel
crazy.
And some other streets.
Yeah, I turned it down. And I didn't.
Here, cane juice.
Regular wings.
They got baked. There. Potato salad and what?
What is it? Only chow I will eat. I did mango chow.
No,
No, I'm saying. Only pineapple.
I like mango chow, pomsicle chow.
And some people just put apple or something in it. I don't mind that. It's not bad.
Wonder who looked at Shadow Bunny, which looks like a damn weed.
Exactly.
Decided that this is gonna be good to cook with.
No, but it's give a nice flavor. One. And it's
The
not,
salt prune one is okay.
Yeah,
probably
But not really.
She probably needed to put maybe some.
Hmm? Oh!
Aki one no. Them always eat tea and we. Them could eat out. Ray and them no, them like to eat out.
right?
Not me, I used to be afraid. I know I have poor guts.
You cook for you and you at night.
Yeah. What do you tell you about it, my cook? I just cook big. I cook.
The YouTube gods, I know that this is content. There's no microphone. I'm drunk. We are going over to a family member's house. I don't know what I can film. My shoes are in my hands. I'm barefoot. I walked across the street to get my grandma. We are going over there to drink, okay? I've taken like 6 shots of rum in the last hour. Happy Easter. I've taken like 6 shots of rum. Plus I've had a beer, a Carib. Also, I brought my grandma over here and my mom. We're having fun, okay? Huh? What was the last thing to drink? What was the last thing to drink? I'm good. I'll take some water. I'm taking water because I've had like 7 shots of rum. I've had like 7 shots of rum. Y'all, I'm so drunk. I just woke up to my family coming home because I came back to the house twice. I came back and threw up and got myself together and went back over there and then proceeded to throw up again and came over here. I am so embarrassed. I cannot drink anymore. I cannot drink. I cannot drink. It was a good Easter. I enjoyed the company. Thank you for inviting us over. I cannot drink anymore. Oh my God. Hello, people. It is April 22nd. Oh my God, I'm such a failure. Today is my mom's birthday. And we are presently here just chilling. We're going to eat at the Hyatt.
Are you gonna eat now?
Yes.
But I hungry, so don't put nothing for me.
So you can watch us eat.
Huh?
You can watch us eat.
I'll watch out all this.
You only had one piece of sweet bread for breakfast. What's the problem?
I'm not hungry.
Okay, so then you could just have a drink, something to drink. We could get you a cup of tea. Like, I don't understand why you're complaining. You don't want to go and eat for mommy's birthday?
I don't want nothing to eat. That's
I'd be fighting with my grandma all day. Well, on today's episode of Trinidad Diaries, we have to go beat this man up. We have to go hunt this man down and pull up a mafia. Nothing. I'm just on the video. I forgot to check the date. Hmm? We had an oopsie, y'all. A big one. But I can't give more details. Anyways, I can't remember where I left off. We're on our way to the Hyatt to have lunch at some point. Hopefully we make it. It started to rain. But we're trying to make the best of it. I'm sitting here recording on Starbucks Wi-Fi in the Caribbean. Talking to my viewers. my one viewer. Right. It's hard when you haven't hit fame yet.
Hello, we're not supposed to be vlogging right now. We have business to do.
I'm working. This is working. It is. I think it's like 10:30 in the morning. It's the next day from it's the 23rd, and my mom is she went out with my aunt to handle some business and stuff. There's no electricity in the house. That means there's no air condition, there's no fan, there's no nothing. And Trinidad is very muggy. Trinidad is very muggy. So muggy in here. Um, it's not too bad right now because the house was air conditioned all like night and morning. So there's still like the residual coolness. I also have the windows open so that we can get a little bit of breeze through. The water's still on, so probably gonna take a shower, get my grandma up, and try to get her showered. Luckily, we have like a little water tank situation. Water tank, water jug, water cooler. There you go. So that it has the hot water feature on it so that we can oh wait, but oh shit, that's electronic, isn't it? I was gonna say like so that I can at least like make her tea that way. That's electronic, but I can boil the water on the stove, so that's fine. Because the stove is gas. Um, there's been so much going on. I don't think I got any good footage. There's been like so much going on, but nothing going on. I don't think I got good footage of like when we were eating yesterday. I tried to take a whole bunch of stuff. I'm still trying to get used to the whole like, content creator mindset of my camera needs to be on at all times, and I need to be like creating. I need to be constantly creating. Um, I'm also realizing that I'm realizing where this is it's definitely gonna be a big mind shift because I'm actually not the kind of person who likes to create content. Yeah. And by that I mean like I've always been the kind of person who like I'm always the friend on vacation who comes back and I don't have enough pictures or videos or anything because everyone else is on their phone the whole trip and I'm looking at everyone else like, can y'all get off your effing phone? Like like we're together, we're enjoying each other's company. Get off your phone. Put the phone down. I like it's actually a pet peeve of mine. Like I when I'm hanging out with people and they have their phones out constantly and they're constantly on their phone. So I'm trying to like I guess reshape my mind into being someone who like always has my phone out and is always recording and is always trying to make content, you know? Um that alone kind of made me realize vlogging is probably not for me. Um, I'll definitely have to have I definitely need to have a more curated channel where it's more of a specific niche that all of my filming takes place specifically for whatever video I am making. And then, but the camera can stay home, you know, like I can have a designated setup and be filming when I'm alone or with whoever else needs to be on the camera and then leave it at home because I'm just not. I like to enjoy myself when I'm out. I like to see the world through my eyeballs, not through a camera lens. That was a nice little realization. It's something I already knew, but like really trying to get this vlog going and have something in it has really it's made me honestly understand that, and that's really good because that means that I can have a clearer vision for what I want with this channel. Most of this is just going to be blabbing honestly because there's just like I don't want to show my family on camera, and anytime I do go leave out of here and do something, it's with my family, so it is what it is. You'll just have to enjoy my face. I don't know. I'm probably gonna go take a shower, get ready, get my grandma ready. I think she's going to see a friend of hers when my mom and aunt get back. And I don't know, today I think should be a pretty chill day. Every time I've left the house, I've been a little bit more dressed up, you know? Recently in the last few days, but I think today's really just gonna be kind of throwing on a pair of shorts and a shirt, just a cute little look. Um, the plucking is doing what it needs to do because this part of my face is very it's gotten a lot clearer and I'm not feeling the stubble and stuff. I did shave yesterday just to catch anything that was under hair from the last time I shaved during Easter. And I don't know. I'm in a weird place. I'm in a weird place right now because last time I was here for Carnival, that was last year in February and March. We went out a lot because we had a lot of stuff to do. Like there's an itinerary with Carnival. Oh shit! I hope there's not a whole bunch of wind sound because I was like waving the mic around. Um, but there's an itinerary because there's so much stuff to do, like parties to go to and events to do and stuff like that. And you got to pick up your costume, and you're just constantly out, right? Um, and I was gendered properly the entire time, but this trip has been a little bit more. I was gendered properly the entire time by strangers, my family not so much. And that has been a similar experience here, except I find that This time around, I've been a little bit more misgendered, if that makes sense. I think it's easier for me to blend in larger groups, especially larger groups of girls, because a lot of like I have a lot of girl cousins who come for the trip. So like I feel like when I'm around the other girls, it's easier for people to see me and it blends. Or I don't know, because even when I was on my own, like even when I was on my own, things made sense, but it was much more clear that I was trans when I would be on my own, obviously. But it's just, I don't know. This trip, even the travel part of it, the misgendering and everything was kind of like very clear to me, and it makes me wonder like what was different from Carnival, because when I was traveling last time, like through the airports and everything, I got gendered properly like the whole time, and it was actually to the point where like people kept looking at my passport. um because I was going through with my grandma with the wheelchair, and people kept looking at my passport, and they would be very confused because they kept, every time they got to my passport, they would look up and they'd be like, "Who's this? Like, who is this?" And I'd be like, "It's me." Like, hello. Um, that was a very old picture though. That picture was from when I was like 21 years old. And my hair was short. I hadn't grown it out yet and all that stuff. So like that was a very drastic photo, and now my photo matches me, and I really like the photo that like I did the whole process for my passport photo this time. Like I got myself together, got myself like did like a super light, makeup just to have my skin like a little skin perfecting. Had my hair like nice and brushed out, like and long and down, because I really wanted to make sure that my photo was updated properly for me. Um, and I didn't trust anyone else to take the photo, so I actually took the photo myself and like went online, figured out the rules for it and stuff, and took the photo myself and sent it. And they accepted it. But I feel like with having my photo updated, it's not such a drastic change, like before it was like very clearly this like boy, and then there's me, and in person I don't look so boyish, right? And so like I have my dad's face obviously, but like the longer I've been in transition, the more people actually say I look like my mother, right? Like they keep pointing out how much me and my mom actually look alike. So, and that's been with what's going on? And that's been with like my face. That's been with my face like softening up and like fat redistribution and stuff and all that. And recently when I got here, someone actually said there's a picture of my grandma that we keep. It's not up there anymore, but there's a picture of my grandma that we keep here from when she was younger. And when someone was like looking at the photo and they were talking to me and they were like, "This is you." They were like, "I fully see your face in like your grandmother's like younger face." And I was like, "Really?" That one I've never heard, right? So, but to be fair, when I look at that photo, I've always said that I see my mom's face in that photo. So I guess if I'm looking a little bit more like my mom, it makes sense that it makes sense that someone else would see my face in my grandma's face. I'm rambling. I need to go get ready. Also, I haven't been getting proper photos or proper shots of like my outfits, and I've been feeling really cute when I do get dressed up, especially because like ever since I went to Dominican Republic last year, I've been like a lot more comfortable with like going out without makeup on, which that could also explain why I don't get gendered like fully properly. But the thing is, like, for the most part, I do, because for the most part, I do. I'm not even going to go into that because, like I said, I'm rambling. I usually do. It's just that I can see the confusion in people's faces more now, right? Because obviously, when you have a full beat, you're dressed properly and everything. People aren't so, people's brains don't have to do so many gymnastics to like make sense of you. And so I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it's because I'm not wearing makeup. The most that I wear is I'll usually throw on like a little bit of like a lip tint, some mascara and like a little bit of eyeliner just in the corner. Just to like give my eyes a little bit of a illusion. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm gonna go shower. I'm gonna stop talking to the camera. Peace. It is the 28th. It's like 12. I think it's like 12:30, like a.m. So we are leaving today, technically. Our flight's at like 3:30 in the afternoon. I'm in the middle of packing and making sure that my suitcase and stuff is like not too overweight. We have so much stuff. Um, I'm gonna like take a video so I can put it in and show you how we have so much like just like goodies that because like people bring you like treats and stuff to take back. We have so much stuff. And so like it's at least like 20 pounds of stuff. I'm trying to figure out how to eliminate 20 pounds from our luggage so that I can get that stuff packed in our suitcases. My cousin and my aunt, they're staying over, so they'll be taking us to the airport, and they are, everyone's asleep. That's why I'm like kind of whispering. But they were here all day, and like he made like fresh garlic sauce, which that clip should hopefully come before this one in the vlog. I might make that a separate video just, so that I can have like more videos out on my channel. But he made like fresh garlic sauce and it was so good because we ate some with like some fries. It was really delicious. For people who don't know, like garlic sauce is essentially like it's like a garlic aioli kind of, but I think aioli is made with oil. If I could be wrong, but like garlic sauce is made with like it's like a very heavy mayonnaise base. It's so good. It's so delicious. Um, but you have to watch the video to find that out. But he made that and he made like 6 bottles of it. So we have to figure out how to get 6 bottles back. Um, but they are sealed. Like he bought the like self-sealing bottles. So we just have to wrap them up really good and hopefully they won't pop um with the pressure from the plane. Uh I don't know, I'm kind of just here because things always get so hectic on the day of travel. I'm really hoping to actually film like us leaving because I didn't get to film us coming like on the trip. But things always get so hectic that I figured I'd just like stop in and do a little kind of like closeout if possible for the video. I'll probably do like an official closeout when I actually get like to my house in Dallas because that's a whole nother thing. I'm like kind of scared with this whole situation of going back into the US. I think everything will be fine. It's just I'm black, I'm trans, I'm traveling with like updated documents. My family we're coming back from a Caribbean island where um my family is from. So like I've been hearing so much stuff. Ooh. I've been hearing so much stuff about like so much scaremongering essentially about like getting back into the country. But the thing for me about scaremongering is yes, it's like kind of putting a lot of extra emphasis and kind of like what's the word? Hyper emphasizing. Is that the word? Things which can be kind of which can lead to, having people just unnecessarily scared about situations, but also most situations that fearmongering comes into play, it's because there's a real threat of what's being fearmongered. Um, I don't know. There's there's so many things going on right now in terms of the US, and entering is a lot. I don't want to get on a super rant because I'm already talking about this too long. But there's a lot going on, and I'm just worried. I'll be I won't be worried once we are through customs and everything. I already like filled out that MPC thing or whatever it is. I already like filled that out so that we can show it at customs. But I'm just I don't know. Uh let's move on from that. Overall, the trip was really nice. It's always really lovely to come back to Trinidad. I I stopped myself from saying just now. I really enjoy I really just enjoy being here. I also, right now, I have to stop saying I. There's also I don't know, there's always just a sense of connection that I feel whenever we come to the islands that my family's from, because there's like so much history in the islands, like not just the history of the islands itself, but like just the family history. Like so much happened I on this land, like that the house is built on and stuff like that, and like hearing the stories and everything and building um connecting them more and more, like, and building a fuller picture is always so lovely. And we actually filled in a lot of gaps, like with my grandma's history and stuff like that, so that was really nice. I didn't want to come on a trip right now. I have so much other stuff going on at home that leaving just felt really overwhelming. But also, it was so nice to be on technically vacation, even though since we live here, it doesn't always feel like vacation. But it was just so nice to be there and to just kind of get a break from the usual mundane. With that said, I'm very ready to go back to our usual mundane. So I'm excited to go home, get back into my usual routine, get back on my usual medication routine, because my medication routine has been screwed since we've been here. I've missed like I haven't been taking my mental meds, and I also haven't been taking I haven't done my shot for this week, and I didn't do my shot for last week because today's Monday, right? I think today's Monday. Yeah, today's Monday. So I didn't do my shot for last week because I was supposed to do it on Wednesday. I'll just skip it and do it this coming Wednesday. Uh, but yeah, I'm just glad to get like back to my usual routines and stuff like that. Um, and start really cementing everything and getting everything together for all of the stuff that's going to be coming, because I have reasons to film, babes. Like the reason part of the reason why I said, "Hey, let me get this channel up and going right now," is because I've got I've got things coming. um, I don't know if I talked about all that in this video at all. Anyways, when I'm going through the editing, I guess we'll make it work. But stay tuned. And as expected, we didn't actually get to film anything when we were leaving. It was super hectic. We arrived to the airport super late, almost missed the flight. My mom also misplaced her phone and stressed me out a lot, so I cried. But here's a Dr. Pepper with a Mosasaurus on it. So, bye.